Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a real hot minute since I have been on YouTube, and many of you have been asking me where the heck I'm at. So I thought it was time to give you a little bit of an update of what's going on in my life and how my weight's doing. So hang on. Okay, this is probably going to be a fairly lengthy video because I have a lot to share with you. I think the last time I put something up, I was getting ready to come out here to West Yellowstone. I arrived here the end of April, and so I've been here all through April and May, except for a quick trip I did make to Ohio. I love my job. I'm working at a hotel as a front desk agent, and I work 7 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. So I've had some challenges, not as far as the job is concerned, but physical challenges that, I'll get into eventually. Don't know how much I'll share with you today. But anyway, it's been hard for me to kind of wrap my head around the whole being out here and losing weight again. So I went back to Ohio because my oldest son and his wife had my first grandson about a month ago. So I was back in Ohio for a month to get my baby snuggles in, and really appreciated that time home with them. And I hated to leave to come back because that baby is just so precious. Anyway, so while I was there, needless to say, I was staying with my son. I wasn't cooking. We were ordering out all the time. It was not a good diet week for me at all. And when I got back here, let's see, I went home. He was born the 23rd of May. I got home on the 30th back in Ohio, and was there a week. And I think I landed back here on the 7th of June. So didn't weigh in. I know I have been weighing in all along. Just haven't been sharing that because it's been pretty awful. Um, anyway, so I stepped on the scale on that Sunday. Now my weigh-in day is on Saturday, but I was flying home, so I spent a lot of time in the air and sitting, rocking the baby. He hadn't done much of anything. And so on Sunday the 8th, before I went to work, I decided I'm going to just grin and bear it and step on the scale. And I have to tell you, my first thought when I stepped on the scale was, why and how did I allow this to happen to me again? It seems like I'm back on this vicious cycle where I do well for a while, and then it's like, all hell breaks loose, and I go off the rails. Now and I have to really work at it to to go off plan. Where I'm at here in this little corner of Montana, in the part of Montana where it butts up against Wyoming and Idaho. So I'm about 2 blocks away from Idaho, and I'm 1 block away from Wyoming, but I am in Montana. We are literally in the middle of nowhere. Now, West Yellowstone is a small little town. It's cute. It's really quaint. I haven't really gone down and walked around in the town at all. I'm avoiding it because there's all kinds of sweet shops in there, all kinds of burger places, food trucks, you name it, it's down there. We have a McDonald's right next to the hotel where I work, and so I've been avoiding going into town because I don't trust myself. And after I stepped on the scale on June 7th, I thought, I just don't know what got into me that made me do this again to myself. It was a number I said I never wanted to see again. Of course, I've been in those numbers for a while. So I did really well. I think the first, no, I didn't. Not the first week I came back. Let me pull my book up here. So I didn't even log in my book. That's how bad it was. um, last Saturday on the 14th, or I guess this was 2 weeks ago. On the 14th, I weighed in at 239. Now I want to tell you where I was. I started out at 277.8. So, I'm looking at 239. Some of you might think, well, that's okay. You've lost quite a bit of weight. And at that point, I had lost 38.8 pounds. But I had gotten down to 185. So I've put on, according to that, on that day, on the 14th, I had gained 53.5 of those pounds back. So, and I know how I did it. I mean, it's like, I got lazy and I didn't want to put in the effort anymore. And I, would make the easy choice instead of the good choice as far as food. I mean, I would go to the grocery store, but then I was too tired to cook, so I'd run to McDonald's or I'd go get a pizza from one of the pizza places in town. Not often, but often enough. So that was my weight on the 14th. This past week, since the 14th, I have packed my breakfast every day. And I have packed my lunch every day. See, that was the other thing, too. I was eating breakfast at the hotel every morning. So, and yeah, I was doing what I thought was okay. Like I would have some eggs. And, of course, their omelet, I found out, was 7 points. But, if they had scrambled eggs, I have scrambled eggs. Or I might pick a bagel and peanut butter and stuff. That stuff's not good for you. And once in a while, yeah, but I was eating it every day. So after I weighed in there on the 14th, I thought, okay, I'm going to pack my lunch and my breakfast every single day just to see what happens. All right, so, and I'm going to, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you some of the things I've been eating, because I have been recording them, more often now than what I was before. Still not often enough, but... So, on the 21st, this past Saturday, I weighed in at 235.1, which was a weekly loss of 3.9, and it took my total to 42.7. I was still 49.6 pounds away from my lowest weight. So, that on Saturday, that weight loss took me to 2.9 pounds for the month. And I am exactly where I was on January 1st. So, no progress whatsoever since January 1st. So what did I do? I decided, well, I'm just going to keep doing what I was doing, because taking my lunch, taking my breakfast is working. I'm on mountain time. It's 8 o'clock now, and I usually go to bed because I have to get up at 5 o'clock. So I'm in bed usually by 9 o'clock at night. And so I cut off my eating about 5:30 in the afternoon. I get home from work shortly after 3 o'clock, and by 4:30 I've had my dinner and everything I need to eat, and drinking much more water. There have been some physical effects to this weight gain. First of all, I had my leg and my ankle and foot have been really, really swollen ever since I got back from Ohio. And at first I thought, well, it's just because, I was on a plane, I was traveling again, and I've been doing a lot of traveling the last few months. And that hasn't helped either, because I've been sitting a lot and I have a desk job. So I'm not getting a lot of exercise. All those are just contributing factors. I feel like crap. A lot of it is because of the elevation gain here. I am still trying to acclimate to it. I'm better than what I was. After I went home for a week and could breathe again for a week, I came back out here and I was able to breathe a little bit better, but I did a couple hikes and realized I am in no shape at all to go hiking, which, that's very disappointing to me. I am taking, when I have to go out, I have to take this. It's an oxygen canister, just so I can breathe a little bit. A couple weekends ago, I went up to Mammoth Hot Springs over in Yellowstone, and it was a beautiful hike. Nice boardwalk. Getting down was a lot easier than getting up. This past weekend, I went over to the Targhee National Forest and went to Mesa Falls. Again, beautiful boardwalk down to the falls, and I thought I was going to die on the way up. So I resorted to getting a compression sock on my um, swollen leg during the day while I'm at work, and that is helping. So the swelling's gone way, way down. Matter of fact, if you look at my foot right now, you would never know anything was wrong with it. So I come home and I elevate my foot for a while, and that's getting better. Um, and I think part of the reason it's getting better is because I stopped eating that breakfast at the hotel every day, and it's laden with salt. And I think that's what was bothering me, was the salt. So, my channel is Sue Slims Down, and I haven't been slimming down. I've been slimming up, or I haven't been slimming at all. But I am trying again. So I'm recording my food again, and I can't promise I'm going to have videos up every single day because some days I get home and I'm just so exhausted. I eat a quick dinner and I go to sleep. One night I came home last week, and I think it was Thursday. I didn't have to work on Friday because I'm off on Fridays and Saturdays. But I was so freaking tired that I came home and I ate a very, very quick, light dinner. And I was in bed by 6 o'clock, and I slept till 8 o'clock the next morning. That's how tired I was. And I think it was, part two because I'm having a hard time breathing. So, I mean, I love it here. It's beautiful. I like the people that I work with, and I'm disappointed that my health is not as good as what I would like it to be. And it's because of the weight. I mean, 99.9% of it is because of the weight. And I just can't believe I have allowed myself to put on, well, as of today, because my weight. So when I weigh in, do my weigh in for Weight Watchers, I do it on a Saturday morning when I'm well rested. I've had Friday off, and Friday is the day I usually go out for into the park, or I try to do an activity on Friday. And Saturday is my day here in the trailer just to get things organized and ready for the work week. So I still weigh myself every morning, but on my weigh-in day, I weigh myself, around 11 o'clock in the morning after I've been up for, a couple hours and just kind of relaxed a little bit. This morning I weighed myself in at 6:40 a.m. and it's always about that time while I'm working. So my weight isn't during the week. I don't think it's an honest weight because it's just a different weigh-in scenario. Um, Typically on Fridays, same thing. I get up and I allow myself some time before I get on that scale, and so the weight's down. So my weekly weights here, I don't think are a good measure of what I'm really doing. So one of the reasons I was gaining weight too, or not losing weight, is I would do really, really good during the day, take my breakfast and my lunch, and this was just before my weigh-in 2 weeks ago. I'd take my breakfast or my lunch, mostly just my lunch at that time. I'd come home and I would eat dinner, and then an hour later I'd be fixing a big bowl of popcorn. And it dawned on me that, a few years back, when I was losing weight really consistently, my weight would stall when I would have those nightly bowls of popcorn. So I don't need it. My popcorn's gone now, and I'm not buying any more. This is, I'm getting, it's a long way of saying that I am trying to get my head wrapped around everything again. I am doing my meal planning again. Now, the meal plan I have for this week, I've had to modify because I went grocery shopping the other day, and I had some things in the cupboard, some things I didn't. And some things that I have on my menu plan, like for my lunch or my breakfast, just are not conducive to taking to work. So I've been doing some switch ups on my meal plan, staying within that same point range. I also switched back to the diabetic plan. Now, I know I don't have diabetes. I had blood work done when I was in Ohio. My blood work was good. But my cholesterol was a little high. But I switched back to the diabetic plan because it helps me with my portion control. Like big differences on that plan are like I love my bananas, and I like it for the not the potassium, but it helps things move, if you know what I mean. So on the regular plan, the bananas are 0 points. So bananas have points. Fruit has points on for the most part on the diabetic plan. Yogurt has points. The non-fat Greek yogurt that has points on the diabetic plan. So things that were 0 points don't always have 0 points on the diabetic plan. But it's making me really conscious of my serving sizes. And I think that has been a really big help. Now, I just made that switch on Saturday, so we'll see next Saturday if that makes any difference in my weight loss. So, sorry I've been away for so long, but part of there are a couple of reasons why I haven't been on YouTube lately. First of all, like I told you, I'm really tired when I get home usually from work, and it takes a lot of effort, to keep up a YouTube channel. Anybody that has had one for any length of time will tell you it's work. It does, there's editing involved and everything, but that and the fact that I wasn't following the plan. I didn't have anything to show you. And I apologize for that. I'm getting back to it. I don't want to quit. I haven't quit Weight Watchers. I've kept the app. I track my food, and even before a couple weeks ago, I kept tracking my food. Sometimes those points, were 40, 50 points a day. I tracked it, and I would look at it and thinking, wow, I can't believe that. Matter of fact, one day I texted Sandy and Susan Rader about I had um, 18 points one morning for breakfast, but only 500 calories. And that's one of the things that has, for a long time, for years, has kind of irritated me about the Weight Watchers program. Was how they figure their calorie counts. I'm glad we have that in the app, that we can look at the calories. But sometimes I just don't think those points and calories line up. And I haven't felt that. I have felt that way for a long time. So, well, I've rambled on for 17 minutes now, so I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna show you food not in any particular order. I haven't recorded every single meal, but I wanted you to get an idea of what I've been eating the last few days to get me back on plan. And in my next video, I'm going to show you some photos of my trip up to Mammoth Hot Springs and also to Mesa Falls that I went to last week. Because, after all, I am the wandering Weight Watcher. And those were the only two things I've been wandering about so far. So it's good to be back. It's good to talk to you. And today I just kind of wanted to share my heart with what has been going on. So hang tight. I'm going to show you my food, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, well, this is Saturday, June 21st. It is weigh-in day. And today I switched back over to the diabetic plan. I just wanted to help get a little bit more solid in my portion control again. This is my breakfast this morning. My eggs, 2 hard-boiled eggs, weighed out at 99 grams. Those are still 0 points. English muffin weighed out at 58 grams, and that's 3 points. I have 18 grams of creamy peanut butter on there for 3 points. Here's the big change in the plan, is that my banana weighed out at 124, used to be 0 points, and now this is 3 points. My strawberries weighed out at 66 grams. Those also used to be 0 points. Now it's 1 point. And then I had 3 points in my coffee with 16 milliliters of heavy cream. So I have a 13-point breakfast. I do get a total of 28 points for the day. And my breakfast, I'm eating it very late. It's 2:30 in the afternoon. So this is my first meal of the day. My dinner tonight is an ear of corn. On my plan, it weighed out at 3 points. My pork chop, it's a lean pork chop, 96 grams on that, and that is 0 points. My cucumber and jalapeno, of course, 0 points. Only thing on my plate that has points is that my ear of corn, and that's only because I'm on the diabetic plan. If I was on the regular plan, this would be 0 points. This is Sunday, and my dinner tonight. I just had one large ear of corn that I cut in half. I'm going to eat both of those. That's 3 points. My burger weighed out at 90 grams. It's a 93% lean. And that's 0 points. Tomato, onion, pepper. That's all 0 points. This is no sugar ketchup. 32 grams of that. Well, actually 30 grams of that is 0 points. Okay, my breakfast this morning is Thomas Light English muffin for 2 points. My banana is 60 grams for 2 points. I had 2 of these hard-boiled eggs for 0 points. Tablespoon of peanut butter for 3 points. Got 3 points in my coffee. 10-point breakfast. Well, for dinner tonight, all I'm having is a couple of chicken thighs. These are pretty big. They weighed out at 180 grams after I cooked them. 0 points on that, but almost 300 calories. I forget how many points this takes me to, but this is 0 points.